So keep my fire burning. Keep my love.
Hey, welcome out. I'm Cory.
And I'm Olivia. And we're married.
We're married. We've been married for a certain specific amount of time. Specifically,
Almost 8 months.
yeah, I'd say 7 with this, what we're at right now.
Closer to 8.
But we're close to 8.
But we'll say 7. Anyway, we have something pretty cool to share. And when we first got married, we decided that kind of one of our core values will be to live an abundant life. And when you think about the word abundant, you think about like, oh, there's an abundance of something. And you know, Jesus says in the Bible, I have come to give you life and life abundantly. And you know that all the things that Jesus gives us are good things, amazing things. And so we kind of talked about it and we're like, well, we have the best life ever. That's something that Cory says all the time. I have the best life ever.
Whenever I'm talking to people about my life, I always try to pepper in the just letting you know my life is better than yours. Because I have the best life ever. I also have the best wife ever. If you've noticed, life and wife rhyme. They sound very similar.
But anyway, we're here to help you say with confidence that you also have the best life ever.
Yeah.
So we've come up with 3 ways that we've discovered in our life why we have the best life ever, and we would like to share them with you.
3 ways.
3 ways.
3 ways. Just line it up, bring it to your face.
The first way of the 3 ways is...
To expect good things to happen.
Yeah.
I actually, in my life, growing up, I stopped expecting good things to happen because I didn't want to get let down. And I knew Olivia often in my lifetime. Many times I knew her.
Back in the teenage days.
And she would always be like, how come you never get excited? And I'd just make it a point not to be excited because I didn't expect anything good to happen. I didn't want to get let down. But then slowly, I began praying about it and trying to work through that, and probably through the help of Olivia a lot, I started expecting, the good stuff. I started anticipating things. I started getting excited, and actually I wasn't let down. Even sometimes when things didn't work out, when I started doing that, my life started changing for the benefit, for good things.
Yeah. And the reason I was always so excited about things, and, that can also work against you. A lot of times I would get let down and sad, but, there's a balance in everything. Yeah. But I really would be excited about things, even if it was something so simple as to like, hey, we're all going to Taco Bell, and we're all going to be together because it's going to be so much fun, and all this stuff is because, like, even if things go completely wrong, if you're still expecting good things to happen, even if everything is falling apart, then you'll still find something that is good that is happening. And when you're going into it with the mindset that Cory used to have of, well, I expect things to fail, and so when they do fail, that's all you see is the negative things and the things that are failing. And so when you approach life and situations and circumstances with, I'm going to expect something good to happen, even if everything goes wrong and there's only one good thing that happens, that's typically what your eyes will fall on because you're expecting that good thing to happen. And you'll enjoy life more, and you'll enjoy kind of sucky situations more, even if it's really hard. Like, you'll still be able to see the good and the blessings in it.
Yeah. Like a real practical example of, like, right now, I hurt my knee from skateboarding, and I'm not able to skateboard. And so I could just, like, look at the whole situation and be super bummed about it all. Or I could, expect that, man, I think even though I can't do what I like to do on a normal basis, I'm expecting something good to happen. And I have had, like, kind of that in my heart lately. I just, like, people ask me, like, how you doing? And, like, I'll tell them, like, yeah, my knee's hurt. But really in my heart, I've been feeling that, man, I feel like there's something, I'm sure this is all going to work out. And it really has. Yeah. I've had a lot of people hit me up about making graphics and designs for them, which is something I love to do. And often I'll put making graphics on the back burner and go out and skateboard instead. But now I can't go out and skateboard right now, so I've been just making a bunch of graphics for people, and it's been really fun.
Mm-hmm. So. And he's had a good attitude because he's still looking at the good things that are happening instead of being bummed all the time because he's hurt.
Yep.
Yeah. Number two.
Number dos.
Embrace the right now.
Embrace the right now.
Embrace it. Meaning that whatever your right now is, whatever your life looks like in this moment, just embrace it. You know, whether you're having the best season of life ever and everything is going right, or you're kind of having just like a boring kind of season of life, nothing new is happening, or something really tragic has happened in your life and things are really hard. You know, we have to embrace what is happening right now, because oftentimes we can't change the things that are happening, but we can keep in check our attitude and our outlook on it. And this kind of reflects on the first point we made of expecting good things to happen. You know, when we embrace what is happening right now and just, you know, okay, this is my life, this is what's happening, and it's okay, and I'm going to make the best of it, and I'm going to learn from it, because, you know, God is always teaching us things, and there's always a reason why we're going through the thing that we're going through. You know, when I was waiting on Cory to finally like me and ask me out and date me and marry me and all of those amazing things, like, there were some really hard seasons, but looking back, like, I embraced those seasons and I embraced that hardship, knowing that God was teaching me something. And I'm so thankful for that time of waiting. And I just remember that was the season of my life where I really learned and understood the intimacy of the Lord. And without knowing that and just really getting to that level with Jesus, I wouldn't be who I am right now. And I'm so thankful for that.
I feel like in our life there's lots of different seasons that we go through. And in each time, each season, there's opportunity to learn. My friend, and kind of like a I don't know, spiritual mother for me in my life is Lady Jennifer Vaughn. She's really funny. She's really cool, and she always, everything, she'd be like, "There's a learning in that," and I'd just be like, "Okay," but it really like ingrained it in my mind to like look for those learnings and look where like those growth. And literally the other day I saw her and she was like, "Oh yeah, you hurt your knee." It's like, there's a learning in that, and I was like, okay. But really in life, there's always something you can learn from. And when you go into these seasons, if you are always anticipating that next season, that next thing that's going to come, if you're like, and you're like so focused on the future, or maybe that you're so focused on the past of like, man, back then I was this, or I was doing this, or maybe this happened to me back then, and then you can't get past those things, like, then you're going to miss out on what is going on right now. You're going to miss out on the things that you could have learned. And I remember one season, it was a really tough season. I was working at this place where I just felt like I failed constantly. Everything I did, I was just failing all the time. And you know, it would be really easy for me to just like, I just can't wait to get out of this when I, like during that season. But because of that season in my life, it was actually the start of me learning graphic design, me like entering into that gift that the Lord gave me. You know, and even though it was hard at the time, if I would have just been like, this is hard, I don't like it, and like bummed out, then I would have totally missed out on learning as much as I did. And that's what I did. I tried to embrace that thing right when I was in the midst of it. Also, side note, my boy Haunches is just right over there. Oh, he's gone now.
There's literally constantly squirrels on our back deck, and every time Cory's like, "Oh look, it's Haunches! He's on his haunches!"
Olivia didn't know that haunches was a real word.
Not good with terms.
It's a very common word that I use on a daily basis. But yeah, I like when the squirrels stand up on their haunches.
Yeah, but now all of their names are Haunches.
Well, there's only one.
Something I have learned about... Something I have learned about embracing the right now, this is something that we learned together, I think.
We learned this together.
Is that Jesus is setting us up for success. Yeah. And I think that goes along with, obviously it goes along with embracing the season of life that you're in right now, is that God is setting you up for success. Because there's always good things ahead for you, and there's also good things for you right now. But He's always teaching us for the thing that is next. And so don't take any situation or circumstance for granted, because there's always something good in it and there's always something to learn in it. And it's always going to set you up for the good thing that is to come.
Yeah.
And it's good. It's amazing. And Jesus is so good, even when our times are hard, and even if our times are amazing, he is constant. He stays the same, and his goodness never changes. And so regardless if we're going through the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, he's setting us up for success, and that's amazing.
We have another point. It's our final point.
Yeah, point number 3.
3.
Share life with others.
If you want to experience like the fullness of joy, it's how you share it with people.
Yeah.
But like, if I love skateboarding, and so like if I wasn't allowed to talk about that or like have other people be a part of it, I wouldn't love it as much as just doing it alone all the time. Like, I would experience it to its fullest, and like like the best of it, like when there's other people around. If I'm able to share it with people, if I'm able to talk about it with people. It's the same with our life. Like, if we're trying to live an abundant life, then it's impossible to be abundant if we're not sharing it with people.
I mean, you just think about like God created all kinds of people. Like, there's a ton of us here, and he created us for community, and there's a reason why. And he talks about the body in the Bible and how there's many different parts, and there's a reason for that. And for me, I'm a people person, and I need to be around people, and it makes me happy, and I love it. And but I do notice that when I feel down or I feel like stressed out or things are going kind of wrong, that I tend to kind of be by myself more. And that's not healthy. It doesn't make me feel better. It causes me to, be alone, for my mind to go in places that it shouldn't go, and for me to start believing lies that aren't true. And to be honest, it's actually funny that we're making this abundant life video, because life, the past few weeks has been pretty difficult. There's been a lot of things happening. And the other night there was a prayer meeting at our church, and it was actually a really hard day for both of us too. And we just decided we should go, and it just made us feel better, not because, we can pray at home by ourselves, and God is good, but it made us feel better because we went into a group and a community of people and knew that we weren't alone. And it was just, we felt just so refreshed and walked away feeling encouraged. And it's just because God created us for community, and we went into our community and were able to just be with them, and that alone made us feel better. And then praying to God made it even more better. But yeah.
Really, I was really struggling. I was really bummed out, and I was just like, man, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna get alone. I'm just gonna pray. I just need to be alone and pray. And I did that for a while. But the guy that was leading, he got on the microphone and was like, hey, I just want to encourage you, find another person and just get with them, and just pray for each other. I was like, dang it, dude, I don't really want to do that. But I saw my friend Scott, and so I was like, okay, cool, I'll pray with Scott. And I went over to him, and we just sat down, and I just shared. I was like, dude, I'm just struggling. I got all this stuff going on. It was uncomfortable at first, I was in a negative place, with issues going on. But I got challenged, hey, get around another person. But because of breaking through a small amount of discomfort, I got so much more peace and so much, it just benefit. Everything benefited me in a great way. I got so much more out of this prayer time because I incorporated another person in it and broke through a little bit of discomfort.
I'm sure a lot of people have experienced that when you're going through something hard and you seclude yourself, it just becomes easier, and it becomes so much more difficult the longer you go down that path to reach out to other people or to get around other people. And I just want to encourage you to just, call somebody, get around people, because it really, truly does help just to be in that community of people that will encourage you and just really benefit your time. But also, if you're going through a really great season and you're doing great and you're happy and things are really rolling for you, I also encourage you to get around people too, because one, you are an encourager. You're able to encourage those who maybe aren't, having the best of times right now. But also, it also puts other people's, deals in their life into perspective too. Like, oh, something really great is happening in your life. Oh, and something really great is happening in your life too. Wow, that's so awesome. We should praise God for that because He's doing really great things in all of our lives. And we should just all be friends and hang out and just have the best time ever.
Yeah.
We left off talking about sharing life with others and how awesome that is, and you should go hang out with your friends and make new friends. But now we're going to do a recap so you can remember all of these fabulous points that we have shared with you.
Yep.
Point number 1 was expect good things to happen, because when you expect them to happen, you'll see the good things that actually do.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 was embrace the right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And number 3 was share life with others.
Mm-hmm.
And those are just 3 things that have helped us live life abundantly and have a great life. But really, we learned all of those things from Jesus, and He's the one that gives us everything that is good, right, babe?
Correct.
And so, yes, apply those 3 things to your life, and maybe it'll help you like it has helped us. But the ultimate thing is to seek Jesus, because He really is the best, and He gives us everything that is good, and He is your comforter, and He is your best friend. And so we hope that this has helped you, and we look forward to chatting with you in the future. Also, I need your help with video ideas. So if you have any videos that you would like to see, please leave a comment so I can get your help, because I need it, because I'm very new at this. And we love you, and we will see you next time.
See you there.
Bye.